Mm. Hello. Good evening. I'm so sorry. I haven't been online, on YouTube the last 3 weeks because I wasn't so well. I want to be honest with you. I wasn't so well, so I couldn't come and do streams and stuff like that. But I feel more back on track. I did a lot of yoga. I did a lot of food. Listen to good audiobooks and use affirmations, and stuff like that. And I was ice swimming this morning, so this was really good with a wetsuit. So my name is Yasmina Paolacci. I'm an actor, writer, a passionate, courageous person. And yeah, so I have some stuff today. It's a bit different, and I really want to come in to just say hello and to come back here. I know no you should do it every week, but sometimes things happen and I miss it a lot. I miss it a lot. That's why I'm so grateful to be here right now. Oh, I can tell you, there's a lot of things I'm grateful for. Even, life could be better, but it could be worse. So, yeah. I share with you it's chapter 62. I'm writing a book in German and translate to English, and I share bits and bobs out of the English first raw edition. So today I wanted to really jump in very spontaneously. I'm very cold. Mm. I'm drinking fresh ginger tea with turmeric, and so let me see how that goes. Oh, I hope you hear me well because I have extra microphone here. So let's have my mic. You know, the things you can do, to make it nicer. Well, that's good. Like, you need to be very creative, sometimes it's technical stuff. Oops. I think like that is perfect. So, where were we? So just two pages. Ah. I'm sitting in a nice winter garden. I'm refreshing at the moment at the seaside. So that's quite good. Yeah, but I'm calling myself a Londoner for nearly 6 years now. Yeah. So, moreover, I have a new part-time job at Hoppetosse. Hoppetosse is the ship. If any one of you knows Pippi Longstocking, her father went on the Hoppetosse, and good. The light is perfect, and I still have my internship at the radio. At the Hoppetosse, it's a hot time. I work partly in the kitchen and also in the arena area. I sell hot sausages and jacket potatoes at the theatre bar. I always have to drag a huge bucket over the whole area, and the construction workers always ask me questions and want a sausage and so on. And they're working on the bathing ship, which will be open soon. Why that ship exists, definitely. They had the same ship in Vienna later. The chefs in the kitchen on the lower deck of the Hoppetosse are an absolute case in point, and they're really out of their mind. So I don't know if that's right wording, because I try to translate as best as I can. So it's probably a bit different. They are sorry, they are so raw-legged and bark all the time, and every now and then they disappear into the cubby hole, and the lower deck below the kitchen, and they cheekily collect the tips and put them in their own pockets. They literally don't give any tip money over. My job is this: I have to peel vegetables and wash huge pots that reach up to my axle while I'm doing the dishes. Meanwhile, these twats are too happy to swish. Meanwhile, these twats are too happy to swish Dar and Axe on the wall right next to me and have a lot of fun. They do. They did. One Sunday, I'm working an extra shift and I'm alone with the older cook. He's busy throwing raw eggs at me again, and the door only ever hits the wall. And then I walk past him and totally annoyed by his prestigious remarks. And he actually asked me if I want to watch the film The Wanker with him. I'm really outraged. I mean, and I made that clear. Apart from that, I didn't know until then that there is actually a new film with the title The Wanker. I mean, like a film, like a play film, like, with real actors, no porn. I mean, which was very embarrassing for me, but I thought it was just wrong anyway. I mean, that was such a twat. I don't want to go on a date with this damp ass. The theatre was always a bit of a rest for me. Plus, I always catch up the play Caveman. The people who work here are all very nice, apart from these idiot chefs, who are the most impossible chefs I have ever met. I'm not kidding. I mean, I helped out in the kitchen at Sophienegg for a short time. Sophienegg is at Sophienstraße Street in Mitte, near Hackescher Markt. I think it still exists. And yeah, so I worked there for a short time. And the chef hardly talked, but it was nicer overall. I just found it disgusting that the pot-bellied chef always had a fag hanging halfway out of his mouth while he was cooking, and the ashes really accumulated and occasionally fell into the food. I've never eaten at the Safina. Never. Huh. So I didn't want to spend any more precious time there. On a Saturday afternoon, I have to arrive much earlier for my shift because there's a special event in the arena and the glass house concerning the CSD, and the bathing ship is open. I also have to wear a classic kitchen frock with a white chef's jacket and a bonnet. Bonnet. Bonnet sounds like boner. So, sorry. I mean, it's 18 plus here, yeah? I stand at the buffet and gallantly hand out food with a big spoon directly onto the plate. You do that like that, you open, and then with the other hand, you put it on the plate. Suddenly, the son of my former foster family is standing right in front of me. Thomas Engel. This is so unpleasant. I'm so embarrassed, but carry on. I can literally smell his snootiness and his condescending attitude. Why is it so bad when you're just doing a job? I mean, in other cities, like, you go to London, like everyone is working in jobs, If you don't have a big gig running, like, let's say, a contract at the TV series, which is one of my big wishes, play villains and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm grateful I have a lot of casting, so thank you for my agent. So why is it when you're just doing a job that you're looked at and judged like that when it's normal to do a job here and there? I mean, even now as Brexit, I just read a very informative and very interesting article yesterday in The Guardian about people who left the UK and they lived there for decades, and they were Europeans and stuff like that. And they were from all sorts of professional areas, so-called academics. and they speak about being treated like nowadays like second class citizens. And I was pleased, because I feel that sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, and I put a lot of effort to improve my English. I know, and when you speak freely, you speak a bit different, and then the accent can pop in more, and stuff like that. But I want to be also free and natural. So it was one side. It was refreshing to read that. That I thought for myself, well, luckily I'm not the only one. It's not personal, It's definitely not personal. It's not. Thanks. But so I don't want to make a run off from England. Like I feel like I love England. I love being here. It's different. I mean, compared to Germany, it's same, but different. I can say that after nearly 6 years. But I have things to accomplish, and it's not done yet. And if I wouldn't have come to the UK, I wouldn't have learned a lot of things. I know, on the other hand, I had a lot of things I didn't expect it. And I don't wish that on anyone. Like between 2 years, 12 court hearings, because you land in a cliche house where you just wanted to rent a flat and go on with your life, but you still have to learn the language. And, the whole culture thing is so different, and, everything. And you come by yourself, and your relatives hate you because you dare to go in another country. It's like, how dare you to be yourself, and trust your instincts and go with the flow. I mean, I have to be honest, I have dreamt some strange things right in the beginning when I just moved in. Like a guy, a random gangster marched into my flat, and this actually happened 2.5 years later. And then I had like a whole mobster on my neck, and luckily I had one decent lawyer, because I had to change lawyers as well. They prepped the lawyers and stuff like that. And that's it, and I didn't get all the documents, nor my lawyer, but I paid $7,000 on top of it because they were running after these old former law firm and stuff like that, And the fact is, I have never been heard, because even all these county courts, they got bribed. I was tired. I had to look for a new lawyer. And then, my trial didn't happen. They had another strike out hearing, and apparently I didn't understand everything, but also the court didn't respond to me. That's so not okay. That's so, but then I was just thinking, what? I move on. I know it's unfair. I've never been heard. I was the victim. They caused a lot of damage. I could have done a lot of great art and stuff like that. I was completely interrupted. And then, there was also a pandemic. Everyone was hit by the pandemic. But hey, I'm still here and I'm still alive. They tried to kill me. I'm not kidding. They tried to kill me. Stalking me. I was not even going online anywhere. One judge, I had a very nice dress on. I was in that thing. I was the defendant. I had one claim, a serious claim, where I was the claimant. And it really happened. And I have proof and everything. I have witnesses. Never heard. And then in all the other hearings, I was for all kind of cases like the defendant. But in that hearing, the judge treated me like I was the claimant. Well, later I realized, that he must have been nice too, because not only because of my nice dress from Michael Cole, no, because he also had some half nude pictures, screenshots of an art video from me. Right. I mean, I have no problem with that, as such. but it has nothing to do with the case. So yeah, that's part of my experience in the UK. Apparently, I have also had nice treatments. Like people say to me, like, "Oh, why don't you go back to your country where you're from?" Nice. It's clear racism. There's also a lot of misogynistic racism. I have to say, I experienced that. I'm not saying everyone, you know, and I know people have issues themselves, but you know, nevertheless, I move on. You can't stop me, okay? I'm doing what I have to do because God sent me. And if God hires me, who's going to fire me? You definitely not, you know? Because you're far away from being God, even if you want to play God. And, you know, you're welcome to watch. They came even on TikTok, you know, it's like, look, you know, but I said, I'm unstoppable. And I'm grateful and I'm counting my blessings, you know, and I'm just humble and I try every day and you to do the best out of the situation. But yeah, they took everything from me. They took my home. You know, when you have a feeling where you live, it was really like, even with the garden, I had a great view, Crouch End, yeah, in London. Oh, through Alexandra Palace. And then all kind of fruit trees and stuff. And it was good in gardening. And, you know, it was like such a sacred place for me, like, you know, and they just interrupted and fucked it up. You know, at the end, when you nearly daily kind of intimidated and there's so many interferings and you're by yourself and you know, no one to turn to, you get really tired. But nevertheless, I'm a chosen one. God hired me. Who is going to fire me? I'm here to rise and shine, to spread a message, you know. I'm not a hater, you know. You know, I know there's some special beings out there, and I have a lot of haters. We have a lot of haters. You know, that's your bloody business. I'm here. You know, I have pure love. My heart, luckily, and I'm grateful for the day today. I'm grateful for being alive. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful that I'm writing my book, and I'm grateful I'm back on YouTube. No matter what was going on, you know, I'm back. I'm here. I'm unstoppable. I'm starseed, you know. So this message is for all of you who, you know, have things going on. Don't worry, you know, this too shall pass. No matter how things look, you will get through. Don't give up. Never give up, because you give, otherwise, those BS fuckery the power. And this is their cooked spaghetti plate, not yours, you know? So, let's continue his reading. I tried to ignore Thomas as much as possible and go about my business, looking forward to the blessed end of the day and partying here on the grounds. Ulke, my housemate, is also coming. I have put her on the guest list. Thomas must be in his 40s by now. He has turned grey and very early is so stuffy. His friend also looks like shit and very old. Sorry. I bet they always have the lights off at home when it comes to the meatballs, which is a rude wording in Berlin. Yeah. After work, I meet him briefly on the pier of the bathing ship, and we exchange a few words, which were unnecessary anyway. If you think about it, I once seriously thought I was part of his family, since his mother was also my chosen godmother. Yes, she was. Well, fiddlesticks. They just wanted to be comfortable and collect the money from the youth welfare office, and at some point they had enough of me, and I was simply deported from one day to the next. Hi. Yeah. In the bathing ship in the arena, the party goes on and on until noon. Ulka suddenly has sex with a woman in the middle of the arena hall in a sex tent. Ulka was completely taken aback afterwards. This was her first time with a woman. She said that this cunt unfortunately stank like a fishing boat. But then I thought to myself, what are you going to do? Ook and I continued to party on the grounds. There were dance floors all over the place. And the day after, I jumped into the pool completely knocked out, you know, of the bathing tub because, we wanted to have my first swim there. Completely drugged up so that the security man was already afraid and thought I was drowning and he had to fish me out. Well, all is well. I have swallowed water and I'm coughing it up, but all is well. At some point, I make it home totally At some point, I made it home totally intoxicated, and I'm completely comatose. I have to go back to the Hoppetosse the late afternoon, around 4 o'clock, and work with the old wanker cook, the one who wanted to go with me to the film, the wanker. I can't get myself up. I feel sick and dizzy, and I have to throw up without end. Cook just shakes his head when he sees me. I mean, they were dragged all the time, I'm not kidding. And immediately knows what's wrong. Today, of all days, I have to wash so many pots and trays, and they have to be scrubbed properly. I can't manage at all. After 3 hours, the old horny bastard throws me out and sends me home. That was it with the Hoppetosse, I guess. I heard one day, some years later, I heard that particular cook, chef, we say English chef, very sudden, he left the country to Norway or something like that. He just left. Yeah. Anyway, I have to get going now. So please leave comments, stay friendly, stay positive, and don't give up. You're wonderful. We're all wonderful. We're beings. We're here to learn and to raise, our frequency and stuff like that, and not let any bastards steal our sparkle. That's not the case, what we're here for. I'm not kidding. So lots of love. Love you. Bye, 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 bye.